Hello again, this is James Roughton, and welcome to my podcast on developing an effective safety culture. In our last podcast, we talked a little bit about what success looks like, and in today's lesson, I want to take a short step back and refresh our memory on some of the things that we have learned so far, with hopes that you have learned something that will allow you to enhance your safety process. So the question for today is, how does management get employees involved in the safety process without tying rewards and incentives and punishment to injuries, or just by trying to promote an injury-free workplace? And the bottom line is, no matter how you look at it, developing a successful safety management system and injury reduction, for example, reducing the number of employees getting hurt, is what really counts in a true safety culture. But in today's environment that promotes employee empowerment, which really in my mind translates to employee responsibility and accountability. So in my opinion, this is where the management team must understand that employees are assets to the organization and not just another liability. And the ultimate goal of any safety process, no matter what type of process you want to use, whether it is incentive-based, performance-based, or even a management-driven system, must create a system that embraces specific goals and objectives. And as the safety process continues to mature, you will see the management system to begin to mature. Personal successes become more apparent, and as the safety process begins to change, the system begins to build on itself, and you will find that injuries will start to decrease, and the employees' attitudes will start to change, and all employees will have a more positive outlook. And one key point to remember is that observable behaviors can provide you an indication of the change in the norms, and you will start to find that employee participation will start to increase. And as your proactive state starts to take hold, you will find that there will be a new enthusiasm for safety awareness. One important thing to remember is that a newly developed safety system is very fragile and can be damaged very easily. If you think about the old saying, I can do 1,000 things right and one thing wrong, and what are people going to remember? That one thing wrong. And that's just plain old human nature. If you step out of line one time, you'll have to prove yourself all over again. Therefore, constant attention is needed to ensure that the right values are implemented in the organization and sustained, and the safety system does not become static or just a priority. The key here is that the safety process has to be communicated to all employees and demonstrated. As the old saying goes again, you have to walk the walk and talk the talk. And this is the most important time you have to do it. And of course, without saying, this must happen on a daily basis, and not just when you feel like it. With this new way of thinking and acting about safety, you will find that stronger roots will start to take hold. And if nurtured properly, with positive motivation, the safety management system will continue to grow, expand, mature, and outlive many changes in the process and the organization. And once this happens, then the system will have the capability and will start to sustain itself. In our next podcast, I will conclude this series with a basic description of safety climate. And before I conclude, I would like to thank you for listening to this video and remind you that we just covered some basic concepts on developing a successful safety management system. I wish you great success on your journey to developing your own successful safety management system. For more details, please visit my website, safetycultureplus.com.